You also in the heights want to look at the foundation wall to see if there's any bowing, because it's quite common.
Yeah.
And if you run into that much, does anyone ever explain how that happens or why it happens or the options to fix it?
I mean,
I've seen you're familiar.
No, tell me.
Yeah.
So what I was told by an engineer, structural engineer, and it's confirmed that I've ever talked to, is a lot of these older homes, when they would build them, they would do their blocks, and before they would frame the house, they would backfill. Well, if they didn't properly brace the wall, that pressure of that dirt could knock it a little bit out of plumb. Plumb is straight up and down. So then you put the weight of the house on it. If it's out of plumb, that puts a lot of pressure on it, right? And then you'll notice the bowing, the majority of the bowing where it's going to be focused is right below grade, right at where the frost line is, where the ground freezes in the winter, because the moisture, the water expands when it freezes. So that puts tremendous pressure on the foundation. Well, it needs the energy of the house, like compacting it to make it strong, right? So if it's out of plumb every year, when if you don't have gutters or your landscaping runs back to the house, water runs off, hits that, runs and sits, and then it soaks in, and then it freezes and it pushes. So if it's already a little bit out of whack, it's just going to over time go a little more over time. If understanding of the code is if the bow is less than 2 inches, or it might even be 2.5, but I would just say 2 to be safe. You can do what are called pilasters. So the typical way is they'll have a steel I-beam, usually 4.5 inch.
Are those the rods or something like that?
Beams, yeah, the beams. So, and they'll cut out some concrete. Sometimes they'll just do a bracket, like an L bracket, but that's not as strong as. There's a couple guys that specialize it here in town. There's Mike Thompson's foundation specialist, and there's a little less expensive and gets to it a lot quicker. Is Derek Parker, licensed builder, and they'll cut out a little concrete. They'll dig out with a post hole digger. They'll sink a beam in, push it against the wall till it's plumb, so it hits where it's boring out the most, and then they strap it to a couple of floor joists so that carries some of the load.
Okay.
And then they will, if they do it right, they'll backfill the gap with quickset concrete, so the wall can't, and then the wall can't go any farther.
Yeah.
It won't straighten.
It won't move though.
But it can't go any farther.
But it won't bow out
the code
anymore.
Is my understanding. I always say my understanding because I never want to guarantee.
Yeah.
Is it helps for reliability for you because you didn't promise anything.
Yeah.
Right? So my understanding is, but confirm. You'll want to confirm this, but my understanding is that the code is you can do it every 8 feet.
Okay.
So if you've got, however the math works, is how many beams you'll need.
That would make sense.
I've seen some where it's bowed more than that. It probably should have been rebuilt, but they might have done the beams every 4 feet.
Okay.
Again, it doesn't straighten it, but it will keep it. And you'll see a lot of that in the Muskegon area.